Hello, my friends. Welcome back to another episode of Her Messy Bun Podcast, the place for self-employed baddies to learn how to establish your creative brand without the burnout. And not to be dramatic, but if you're listening or watching any episode of the podcast, this needs to be the one. Like if you're only going to give yourself one episode to watch just to see what Her Messy Bun Podcast can provide for you, this needs to be the one because today's episode is literally the moneymaker difference that all entrepreneurs need to know about, and that's lead generation. How many times do you hear from experts online say things like, oh, it's so easy to make money online. All you do is post and then you sell in your DMs. Or things like, I made $10,000 from this one post. You can do it too. And then how many times do you ask yourself, or even comment asking them, how? Well, that's where lead generation really comes into play. And knowing and understanding the differences between what leads are and what lead generation means is really going to be that money maker difference for you. Today's episode, I want to tell you exactly what lead generation is so you know how to spend your energy nurturing the different types of leads correctly. So lead generation is pretty much the process of attracting your ideal clients or potential customers to your business while increasing their interest of what your business offers. The concept is done through a nurturing process with an end goal of converting these prospects into paying customers. The major thing that you have to understand is that free equals leads. But what kind of lead are you creating from these free bees? I'm a dork. So there's 3 different types of leads that every early stage entrepreneur needs to be aware of. And whether you're in early stages or not, you may not know what these 3 differences are. So keep listening. So the 3 different types that I want to talk about today are cold leads, warm leads, and information qualified leads. So a cold lead are pretty much people that don't know or they don't realize that they're leads because they barely know about you and your brand. And as the marketing world would say, they live at the top of your sales funnel. So a funnel is like an upside down triangle. The goal is to try and get as many people into your business or your funnel and teach them about your business so that they become a client of yours. But I don't really like to talk about the funnel because I don't know, there's just something so impersonal about it. But you can look that up if you're interested, and you can learn all about what a sales funnel looks like. And there's multiple different kinds of sales funnels. So that's like different nurturing leads, etc. So go ahead and look that up if you're interested, but I'm going to kind of keep it more personal. So if you like the more personal aspect of it, or if you're neurodivergent, you might learn it a little bit better this way. So as I said, a cold lead is somebody that probably saw 1 or maybe even 2 pieces of your social media content, but then didn't go any further than liking or commenting. Maybe they followed, maybe they didn't, but maybe because they liked and commented, you'll end up showing on their For You page again. So the content that they saw was most likely a relatable piece of content, which piqued their interest enough to comment on your piece of content. Think about cold calling. You know those calls about your car insurance? Well, you either bought a new car, got a car, or had to like take your car into to get fixed for something. So you got on this list of insurance agencies, and because you either have insurance or they knew you were looking for insurance. And this is literally cold calling at its finest. We don't do this. Cold calling is so annoying. And the only thing that beats insurance cold calls are the hey girly messages that we get on social media from people in the MLM world that literally just followed us and know nothing about us. So cold leads are not bad, but the way that we react can be. They aren't ready to be spoken to. So a cold lead is not ready to be spoken to. And if you decide to speak to them in the private messages or DMs or whatever, they're not going to respond the way that you want them to. They are the people that need a lot of nurturing and a lot of learning more of what you offer and why they can trust you so that you can convert a cold lead to a warm lead. And now a warm lead or warm leads are the people that keep interacting with your posts. They're people that know about your business, know about who you are on social media, and they probably are on your email list or they're in your stories, cheering you on and voting in your polls. Warm leads are people that if you were to message them right now privately, you would already be able to start a conversation that is more natural and fluid, and they wouldn't feel like, oh, why are they messaging me? Instead, they would feel like, oh my God, they're messaging me. And the conversation doesn't even have to be about your products or services because they already feel like they know who you are. So when they receive a message from you, they actually have excitement beyond, like, past just receiving the message from you, and they want to respond to you. And then finally, the information qualified lead is a very, very specific kind of warm lead. So if a warm lead is somebody who already is cheering you on in the comment section or voting in your polls, that conversation that you would have with them with an information qualified lead is going to be more about something that you know they want to have that you sell, because they've given you that information for you to know that they would be interested in it. Or that they are definitely interested in it. That could be because your call to action asked for them to, quote unquote, let you know in the comments they voted in a lead generating post or story that gave you the green light to message them about this specific topic. Again, if you message them anyways about this specific topic, it might not be as overwhelmingly awesome to hear from you in a sales pitch, but they wouldn't feel like this uncomfortable, like, why is she messaging me this thing? Because they know that they've participated in your stories and on your comments and whatever their journey looked like for them. However, the specific conversation and the information that you have on them, because of what they've been saying to you or because the green light they gave you, in order to comment or reply to their comment or message them privately, is what the difference is between a warm lead and the information qualified lead. So pretty much you're going to go into this conversation knowing that they fit your ideal avatar based off of their responses to your content. And then also know that they want you to speak to them about this a little bit further. So it's information qualified. They check all the boxes that you are trying to get them to check in order to have a more, it wouldn't even be like a salesy conversation, but it's a conversation about what you sell. And knowing these 3 types of sales leads will help you figure out how to move forward after creating lead generating content every single time. So the biggest takeaways that I want you to have from today's episode is that we don't cold call. If people are trying to start a conversation with you, enjoy the conversation. And if someone is straight up telling you that they fit the bill, lean into it. But most of all, free equals leads. So don't expect to get leads if you're not providing valuable free content for them. I know a lot of times when we hear the phrase free equals leads or free, are you offering free value, free value, free value? A lot of times people instinctively think that that only means like freebies. So whether it's a digital download, or if you are a product-based business, an actual freebie within your sales. And that's not always true. Free value is extremely important. So if you're looking for more help on what free value looks like, go ahead and check out season 2, episode 11, and learn how to add value to your content. And if you have any questions, as always, feel free to message me, email me, or send me a DM, whatever it might look like for you. And let me know what your questions are. I'd be more than happy to answer them as best as I can. And honestly, if they turn into a long enough answer, that might be a podcast episode I create specifically based off of your question. So let me know. Anyways, thank you guys so much again for listening to yet another episode of Her Messy Bun Podcast. And I hope you enjoyed learning about the 3 different types of leads that every early stage entrepreneur needs to know about in order to provide the correct amount of energy to each different nurturing series. Good luck, and I will see you next time. Bye.